Hello, my name's Nicholas Carter. I'm the conductor for this week with the Seoul Philharmonic Orchestra, and it's a great pleasure to be here working with this amazing orchestra for the first time. Helen Grimes' Near Midnight is a very evocative piece. It was inspired by a poem by D.H. Lawrence, Midnight Service, in which he describes the sounds and the feelings and the atmospheres of a small English town. And you hear the bells from the different churches spread throughout the town. And Near Midnight, as the title suggests, is a piece of music that explores those dark moments in the evening, moments of reflection, moments sometimes of terror as well, moments of deep exploration of your own soul. And this is what this piece does. It's in 4 distinct sections and is very atmospherically brought to life, and it's a beautiful, beautiful piece of music. Schumann's Third Symphony is one of his most joyous works. He'd just become the music director of the city of Düsseldorf in Germany. It was a moment of relative stability in his life. He led a very tempestuous life, struggled a great deal with depression his whole life, but he was riding high on his popularity when he had arrived in Düsseldorf. And you hear this glorious celebration of life, particularly in the first movement and the last movement as well. This glorious E-flat major where his heroic personality really comes through. There are middle movements which are much more introspective and very considered and very personal. Perhaps the most famous movement of all is the fourth movement, where we hear the trombones for the very first time. This is said to be inspired by a visit that he'd taken to Cologne, where he saw the Cologne Cathedral, the famous Kölner Dom, for the very first time, and the majesty and the mystery of this place. He was very awe-inspired by it. And the trombones introduced this almost religious sound world to the symphony that we hadn't had previously. And this all sort of culminates in a particularly joyful and exuberant last movement as well. We just finished our first rehearsal, and indeed it was third time lucky for me. I was invited previously to conduct the orchestra in 2020. Unfortunately, that was cancelled because of the pandemic, and then a second attempt to get me here was in 2021. That was then also cancelled because of quarantine restrictions here in the country, which I couldn't fit into my schedule. But third time lucky, and it's a great, great pleasure to work with this orchestra for the first time. It's an orchestra that I've followed for many, many years, have seen many performances online, and I've heard so many of the great recordings that this orchestra has made. It's got a deep tradition, a wonderful work ethic, and very disciplined in the way that they work. Schumann is a particularly tricky composer to bring to life. There's a tendency that so often the music is very fat or very large and too heavy, and we've been working a lot to lighten out the textures and find this youthful exuberance to the sound, not too legato, not too sort of in the direction of Brahms and Bruckner, but sort of find that element of Mozartian charm or Haydn-esque charm. So that's what we've been working on so far in the rehearsal today, and the orchestra is very, very receptive, very friendly, very open to all the ideas that I'm bringing. So it's been great fun. We warmly invite you to come to the concert this Friday with the SPO. It's a glorious concert with so much beautiful music. Helen Grimes' Near Midnight, very beautiful 4 last songs by Richard Strauss, and of course the very life-affirming Rhenish Symphony by Schumann. Please do come.